Alright, we should be live. Yeah, I mean, so this isn't going to be a particularly interesting stream. I just really wanted to show Dan something. I wanted to show him what I was talking about, because I was just playing through the training mode, going through some of the maps that I remembered so fondly, and trying to... I don't know, explain what was so great about him. And of course, I can't do that without visuals, it just doesn't work, so, let me see here. I don't know what they did to the game after I stopped playing it. I know they completely revamped the class system. You can mod the old one back. Is the stream live, Dan?
You cut out.
Is the stream live?
Yes.
Alright, yeah. So, I'm actually going to tweak my light setting just for roaming around. Give me a moment. Load out a... Oh shoot, I forgot, they got rid of the light nitron. I always used to replace the impact nitron with a light nitron because it would hurt yourself less. Alright, well, we're just going to jump right into a match. Not a match, a map. I'm just going to do training roam map. Because, man, these are so... So, my favorite was always Dry Dock. Or Katabatic. I don't remember. Okay, let's do Katabatic first. So this was an old classic Tribes 2 map, I think? But they really made it gorgeous. I never played any of the old Tribes... Always Blood Eagle, by the way. I never played any of the old Tribes games, so... I didn't really have... Like, a lot of the criticisms of the game came from a viewpoint of nostalgia for the old games, and I never really got those. So yeah, this is what it looks like. And I mean, the visuals are kind of dated now, but like they're still like, it doesn't matter that they're, if you look at a surface real close, you can see that the textures are low quality or whatever, because you're going to be going so fast that it's not going to make a difference. And here's what I'll show you what the big mechanic is skiing. You can hold down the spacebar and all your friction just goes away. And you can just ski and jetpack all over the place. It's great. So I always used to do this. There would be a huge battle in this tower because this tower was an extremely advantageous position. And the reason why it was an advantageous position is this. Let's see if I can pull it off. I used to be able to do this every single time. You can jet out the side here, and then there's the enemy flag base, and you just go down this slope. And boy, do you go fast. And then just hit your jets a little bit, and you're coming in fast, and hit the flag. Go through the back. The entire enemy team would be chasing you at this point. The autocannons didn't even notice me because they're the low-level ones. And then you've got to try and get it back to your own flag base without dying. So,
hey, you did it.
Yeah. It just feels great, and it's something that you don't really see in games very much anymore. Which is this perfect blend of level design and feel, like how I know people don't like the word gameplay, but how the gameplay feels. Now let's see if I can return it. Here we go. Full boost. Oh, I'm gonna miss. Shoot, I missed. But at this point, your whole team would be rallying around, and it wouldn't matter so much that you missed because you could recover, and the people chasing you would be they'd be fighting with them.
That was massive.
This is one of the smaller ones. All the maps are fucking huge, and that's not the most of it. I'm a light class, so but how do you change classes? Yeah, let's be heavy for a while. So the heavy classes actually have like enormous mortars that you can bombard across the entire map with. It was awesome. But one of the things is that the maps are not just the surface level. There's beneath the surface too. Heavies can't go nearly as fast. Let's see. I'm gonna I'm gonna show you the tour of beneath the surface.
You know what this game reminds me of?
What's that?
Back when Chris Reagan had like barely any followers, I watched his Twitch stream 1 or 2 times.
Did he play this?
And he played the Master Chief Collection.
Yes.
And this reminds me so much of that.
So that was one of the big criticisms, actually, from old school Tribes fans, is this looked too much like Halo. Because the originals did not look like Halo.
It looks just like Halo.
Yes. But
no, they do not.
Again, it didn't really bother me because I didn't really have much nostalgia for them. This is just what it was like for me. So this is a secondary part of the game, is this generator here. You have to defend it.
And your video quality went to crap. Might be a problem on my end, though.
Yeah, you had to defend it. If someone destroyed the generator, all your tower defenses would shut down, and your engineer structures would shut down. It was just really bad. So you kind of were fighting a war on two fronts. You had to do the whole flag capture, flag defense, but also battle over the generator and your turrets, because you have these base turrets. Let me show you what the base turrets do. I'm gonna just try and get to the enemy flag stand quick.
Why not call it something different then, other than Tribes? Since if it's going to be so different.
That's actually what I want. I'm curious about. Part of me wants to do a video on this game.
Sure.
So here's the enemy turrets, and as you can see, they're shooting like wildly off, and that's because they're just level 1. You got credits in the game for feats, and you can spend them on upgrading the turrets. Is one of the things you can spend them on, and that would increase their range and their predictable ability. I mean, let me go right past one. At this level, they're absolutely useless. They just shoot straight at you. But as they got higher level, they'd actually predict your path, and you'd have to dodge very carefully so that they wouldn't hit you. But yeah, those were powered by the generator, and so everyone would be squabbling over this beneath. You'd have infiltrator classes who would be running down and to the enemy generator and trying to take it out. You could half pipe past it. It's great. Alright, that's enough of this map. This is one of my favorite maps, and it's a classic Tribes map. But you wanted to see massive levels. I'll show you a massive level. I'm not going to go through all the levels, obviously, because
Uiko wants to know how many gigs the game is. I think it's 8 gigs, but I don't remember for sure.
Yeah, I think it's compressed. It's like 5 gigs, so uncompressed, I'd imagine it'd be like 8 gigs. Alright, here's the map they added shortly before I stopped playing. I don't remember why I stopped.
You're roboting pretty bad.
But this map is
Dota
huge.
2.
It might have been Dota 2, yeah. Which was a mistake. I should have just kept playing this. Oh my gosh. But this map is massive. And it's gorgeous.
YouTube is not receiving enough video to...
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you see me? I'm going to check on OBS. OBS says everything's happy.
It is not happy on my end.
Alright, let's see what... Let me go back to diagnostics. Oh, shoot. How's it doing now?
Oh, I was about to say it's a little better, but no, it isn't. Completely frozen.
I'm actually going to pull up the stream here. Anyway, I have the camera pointed at a direction where you can see a city in the distance getting bombarded, so at least you have some pretty eye candy. Yeah, just try reloading. For me, it's working. These inventory stations also required your generator, and they would just restock all your ammo and stuff. You had very limited ammo and grenades, so you needed to restock often, but they're only around your base. Is it working for you now, Dan?
Better than it was.
Great. Alright, so I'm going to go on a trip now. This game's going to play merry hell with streaming just because, so this map was massive. Almost all downhill, so you could get an amazing amount of momentum. And the problem was, though, is that it was all downhill, so enemy artillery could just bombard you as you're in the middle. And then the approach was always a challenge because there's no good angle. Like, that would have been way too slow. I'm going to actually drop the flag because that was just too lame. So what I usually do on this map is I would skate around the outskirts until I got behind it. Let me wait for the flag to be returned. So there'd actually be a battle back here because everyone wanted to stop you from doing what I'm about to do next, which is... Let's get in the right position.
Diamond Sword has secured their flag.
Let's see if I can even remember the route. Still too slow. And I missed the flag.
Weird, for the reason.
What was that? What did you say, Dan?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Is it weird that part of the reason why I never got around to playing all the Tribes games is because I felt like I had to play them in order? Including you've seen the website they got for it, right?
Yes, you mean the original Star Siege game?
Yeah, and Earth Siege 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I almost think I'd have trouble playing those without the nostalgia factor. I installed Tribes 2, and the skiing just feels very clunky compared to this. You're roboting too. I'm wondering if I'm taking up the entire bandwidth with this thing because it's trying to encode this fast motion. This is not a game that's friendly for streaming. I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. It's just a very big map. Alright. But yeah, I just love all these maps. They just feel great. They feel like little self-contained universes that are custom designed for this type of movement. I'm having trouble describing why I like this so much. Especially since I'm not actually playing the game, which makes it kind of hard. But there was always so much to do, and I think that's actually one of the reasons that led to its downfall is what became really popular afterwards was small team games. Like MOBAs and hero shooters and then the smallest team game possible, battle royales. So this had a problem of the optimal size of a game was 16 people per team. So it was not a small team game, and everyone had to be on the ball doing exactly the right thing. And I think that that wasn't esports friendly. It makes it so it's no longer so much of a spectator sport, right? How do you report on that? How do you report on 16 different people who are all doing something that's important? I just think that that was one of the things that helped to kill it. Not to mention the business model. Well, this map was interesting because you could be a lousy player and you could still go fast. It was just designed to be this well made. And you could just come in and you would be, if you weren't getting the fast flag capture, you're doing it wrong. Oh my gosh. It's so that adrenaline rush right before you grab the flag. It's even there when there's no other players. It's ridiculous. And then you have to try not to hit the boundary wall there. Oh. Whoops. That's not a good skiing surface. And then what would always happen is, since it was so easy to get the flag, both teams would have the flag, and you just have to ski around for a while until your team returned the flag. So you'd be going as fast as you could so that no one could chase you and kill you, while the enemy team was doing the same thing. It always turned into a huge chase on this map. Anyway, I'm going to show off the generator room, because this one was had this enormous shaft that went down to it, which made it hard to defend. The main entrance was over here. Yep, here's the generator. Any class could repair it with the repair gun, but they had engineers who were supposed to be the ones who repaired it mostly. How do you drop the repair gun and switch back to your regular one? Do you have to go in an ammo station? I don't remember. Yeah, that does it. I don't know if that's the way you're supposed to do it.
This stream is skipping so often that it's like a slideshow now. Like you're in one room and then suddenly you're in the other room, and then suddenly you're in the other room, and I don't see the transition between the two.
Alright, I'm gonna check on it again. Oh yeah, I'm having network trouble. You're right. I'm having pretty severe network trouble. I wonder what's eating it up. Give me a moment. The game crashed. That's kind of sad too. It pops up the crash report window, and I know that there's absolutely no point to filling it out because Hi-Rez is dead. I mean, Hi-Rez, the game is dead. Hi-Rez stopped supporting it. Yeah, I don't know what's interfering with my network right now. I don't see anything. Not alt-tab friendly.
I think a screen is black.
Yeah, the game crashed.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. You'll have to forgive me. I know this isn't particularly interesting to watch. I'm just so nostalgic. I want to kind of go through. Let's see. What was the one? Was it Stonehenge? Or was it Tartarus? I'm gonna try Stonehenge. Is it working again? Somewhat?
Yeah.
I think this is it.
Hey, Snoodles.
Is this it? Let's see. Doo-doo.
Push those sandrakers off our world.
Does that number after your name mean that there's 136 of you? 136 different people with the name Snoodles out there?
This is not the map I thought it was. Well, this is a really small map. My goodness. I do remember this. You could half pipe off of this in the back and then try a back to front grab, but that was really hard. Whoa, whoa. I didn't make it. This isn't the map I wanted to go to, though. Let's see if I can find it. I think it was Rain Dance. We'll find out.
Ah, okay. Man, you know what I really miss? Firefall. Did you play that one?
No, no, I did not.
I played that one so much. And it ran like utter crap on my old computer too, but I still played it. Okay, there was a tiny area out in the middle of nowhere where I could get 60 FPS, and that was it. And the rest of the game was like hovering between 30 and 45, and then whenever the huge in-game battles happened, it would go down to 15.
Man,
Oh
yeah.
man, that game was, and the game looked awful too. It looked. I'm trying to, you know, those really old MMOs that just look garbage.
Yes.
It looked like that. Yeah, with Halo aesthetics. Like there was a weird outline around every character. So I remember there being an outline, you know, like in cell shade games.
Yeah. So the engineers would always put up a barrier here and here because everyone would cap this flag from the side because there's no front to back route.
Mm-hmm.
But this map, I think it was another Classic Tribes map, we used to have a strategy that we do where we'd, where is it? That little mini tower over there. You get up a good amount of speed, and then you would go to where that tower was. And we'd get 2 people up to this tower, and 2 light classes. Pathfinders is what they called them in that version. And you take this route right here. Hit this bump. Up you go. Up you go. Oh shoot, I missed. You got the angle just right. You'd grab the flag with the edge of your body and you'd be out of there before they even knew what was happening. So you do it 2 at a time because the flag would be so heavily guarded that the person who would grab it would almost immediately die. But then since you had a person who was coming in right behind you, you could have them them grab it off your body and just run with it. And then there'd be an enormous battle that would happen in this outfield out here with people trying to chase you. Man. So
I kind of want to talk more about Firefall, to be honest. Sorry, this game, Firefall was directly inspired by the old Tribes games. It certainly didn't play like this. Like the jetpacks were a lot more stiff. Like you went up and down, and that was kind of it. And the whole game was, there was only one PvP area that barely anyone ever went to. So the rest of the game was PvE, and there were basically 2 things you could do. You could have a rocket drop down and not a rocket, this mining device that looked kind of like a rocket that drops down and then makes a bunch of noise, which attracts the alien bug things, and then you got to fight them off, or they're gonna break your mining device, and then you get a bunch of the in-game currency. And the other thing that happened is you would go on missions that were basically go a place, kill a bunch of people, or aliens or whatever, or you had to do some other thing that involved shooting stuff. And like that was the entire game, but it was still just a blast. It's weird. What even happened to?
Is there a way to revive it?
Oh, I doubt it. Like it was an MMO shooter.
Yeah,
It's weird. There were a bunch of MMO shooters for a while, but I don't think any of them are. I don't think anyone plays them anymore.
I mean, people have reverse engineered the original EverQuest, and you can play it on custom servers, and people have I don't know if they reverse engineered it or just found out how to launch the binary such that you're hosting a private server on this as well. So, I mean, if this thing that only 30 people a week even care about its existence has a community that does that, you may be able to find out that someone's done it for Firefall as well. I mean, it's at least worth looking into. Man, this just makes me like, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm feeling a feel that I can't even describe.
Okay, I went to Reddit. There's a 2-year-old thread. Someone asked, Firefall private server. Is this a possibility, or are there ones already? And the first comment is like, I think there are some people working on it, ? Not sure I know much about it, though. And then they got a reply, there is not. The person who was doing it got frustrated that no one was helping him/her and deleted their Reddit account.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah, they don't have the server code, so yeah.
I mean, you can say what you like about how much Hi-Rez screwed up this game, but they did do one honorable thing at least. And that was the parting
Firefall Reddit
gifts.
is still active. 20 days ago, someone made a post. Let me see. Let me sort this by new.
They did this thing called parting gifts, which was they put one last patch. I think it was in 2018, where they rebalanced a bunch of stuff, and then they stripped out all the Steamworks DRM and everything like that, and the dependency on the Flash player and everything like that. And they just dumped the binaries on their servers, and you could download them and just play standalone. And that kind of saved it, like, from a preservation standpoint. Hi-Rez could shut down all its servers and pack up and leave and stop caring about it completely, and you'd still be able to play. You could still get pugs together. So, yeah, I don't know what you would do without that, though, you know, like that is kind of a. Who made Firefall? Who was it?
Mark Kern and a bunch of others.
So it wasn't actually Blizzard.
Nope.
I'm just gonna run around on
I can't
Crossfire
believe,
for a bit, and then I'm gonna pack it up.
I can't believe the subreddit is still active for this game. Firefall has a higher score on Metacritic than Mass Effect Anthem.
Get ready.
This level was so cute. It's a little tiny base that's all located inside a ship. Yeah, so what does the subreddit talk about? I mean, the game doesn't run anymore, does it? Here's where the generator is.
Nah, they killed it last year, I think.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. These, like, free-to-play games and,
I don't even know how you'd revive it too, because it was better in the beta because Mark Kern was still on the team and actually knew what he was doing. For the most part, he knew what he was doing. Sure, he made a lot of mistakes.
I can tell when my network's
But
going
he
to
at
crap
least-
because your voice goes super deep. Yeah,
Yeah, they're
Mark-
complaining about that in the stream chat.
yeah, it's actually kind of cute, to be honest. It makes you sound like bacon.
Fun.
Fudge, I missed. Ugh. So I was always one of the ones on the team who actually could go fast. So I'd usually get assigned to chaser duty, which meant that you had to get from 0 to hero as fast as possible because you just camp your own flag base, and then if anyone camps it, you just you chase them. Fudge.
I don't know why I never looked at this before. Mark Kern has a new game out called Ember. Ember with like an 8 in the middle instead of a B.
Yeah.
And it looks just like Firefall. Well,
Yes.
not just like it, but it does look very... Oh, you see it?
He talks about it on Twitter all the time.
Oh, I must have missed it.
Let's see if I can remember this. How to thread this needle here. Oh. Oh my gosh, I would so be dead by now. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a night here. I kind of just wanted to play around in it by myself, just for nostalgia's sake, because oh my gosh, there's something about this game that it's scratchy. There's a part of my brain that trained itself to play this thing, and it just feels so nice to get back in and just dick around in these levels. I kind of miss them. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna hang up the stream here. Thanks for just watching me dick around.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this isn't really that interesting, but I didn't want to just kind of
How
talk
did
at
we
you
get
about
7
what I was
people
doing.
watching?
What?
How did we get 7 people watching this?
I don't know. I imagine it's actually pretty unwatchable with how much network bandwidth it takes to actually to try and shove this over a pipe. I think that might have been another thing that made it not esports viable, is how the heck do you stream this? Whoop, that route didn't work. Oh, I forgot about the radar. The enemy radar sensor. That was... I just fell apart. Alright, I'm disconnecting now. See you later.